Do you remember anything that helped you actually kind of gain confidence to speak with foreigners?
First, just need to speak. Even though you make some mistakes, never mind. You're gonna fix them just by practicing. And if you don't practice, if you're too shy, you will never make it. Also, giving me more confidence actually was the writing. I don't know why, but I used to write a lot, to chat with other foreigners on the phone. Texting for me is one of the key to remind you of the words, and you can just speak those words.
Yeah, that was super helpful chatting with Taiwanese for me online. You're probably using English now more than Italian, right?
Yeah, of course. Italian.
Look at your life. Look at your life. All English now, huh?
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the NG 英文 show. My name is John Drummond or Young Helen.
Hi, 大家好，欢迎回到 NG 英文，我是 Stephanie。今天来宾是一位帅气的意大利人，那在台湾大家都叫他 George。那他是一位创业家、音乐制作人，同时也是一位 DJ。接下来就让我们来欢迎 Giorgio。
Today I am joined by this handsome Italian sitting next to me, Giorgio, also known as George here in Taiwan. Giorgio is an entrepreneur, he is a music producer, he is an incredibly talented DJ, and so many more things. I can't wait to share about his life here in Taiwan. So everyone, please welcome Giorgio.
Thank you for this amazing introduction.
Yeah, man. I feel like you and I have kind of always been in the same circles for so many years, back in the music scene when I was working there, and you're doing so many cool things now with our music, creating events at Omni nightclub with C'est La Vie. You're doing your own events all over, so I'm really proud of you because I've gotten to kind of see more and more you've done throughout the years now.
Yeah, we have met a couple of times in the past.
Shout out to our boy Sebastian.
Yeah. By the way, I just briefly introduce myself.
Sure.
My name is Giorgio Leone, and I'm a owner of and founder of Our Music Records, which is a record label 100% made in Taiwan. And as you already told you, we create events, and we also release music from international artists and Taiwanese as well.
Nice summary right there. Yeah, and it's so cool because I was hoping you could start us today with a little bit of, what is being, like, having your own record label. What does that even really mean?
Having a record label means lots of responsibilities in my opinion, because especially if you are alone at the beginning, because you need to deal with finding artists to be able to or willing to release their productions within your record label, because they want to see how you can push them, what you can offer to them, because of course they spend a lot of time making their music, so many hours, maybe days, we don't know, and of course they want to give their tracks to someone who really can take care of and push them to the next level.
Yeah, it's so cool. And so maybe take us through a little bit of your own story with music. Did your love of music begin in Italy, and then you've just came to Taiwan and were like, hey, I want to do this here?
Okay, my love for music started long time ago. I was maybe 14 years old, something like that. And I started collecting the CD-ROM.
Ooh.
I have so many left in Italy, but I wish I can bring here actually. So I started collecting it, and after a while I started to create my own compilations. Like, I download the music and I just make my customized compilation with the CD-ROM. I even customized the cover and everything.
Nice, like the cover art and everything?
Yeah. Because there used to be that PC that could write down an image. You remember?
We call burned.
Yeah. Now it's not available anymore, but I loved it, and I always put my name, volume 1, volume 2.
Mixtape days.
Yeah, something like that. And then I said, why not? I always see these DJs and producer putting their emotion in what they do, and I said, why not? Maybe I can try. I waited a long time actually, because I started when I was 21. I was in a circle full of DJs in my city, which is Catania from Sicily. I just found myself inside this, before it was really underground circle, and I was inside this, and most of my friends were DJs and producers. So I started to grow up my interest in this, because I already liked before to collect music and, so I started to ask a bit how could I do to be a DJ, whatever. Like normal beginner, you do like this always, no? And then they gave me some suggestions, etc., on what to buy, what to do, what to try. And then I just, it's a big expense in the beginning, so I took some time to think about that.
Yeah.
And I took my savings and I bought I say, if I need to do this, I need to do well. So I just bought one Pioneer console, which was expensive, and then I just started to learn by myself.
Turntables right there.
Just by myself, no teacher, no.
Nice.
Just watching videos and trying and watching my friends, watching other DJs, what they do, and yeah.
There it is. Wow. That's incredible. And so maybe, Giorgio, something that we could teach a little bit today is, can you help our audience understand maybe the difference between a DJ and a producer? Because I know for us, we use this synonymously. We use it as the same sentence. But it might be helpful to understand kind of there's two differences between someone that produces their own music and maybe somebody that just mixes and plays other people's music. So can you share that?
Well, I think that making music, it's a way more tiring than being a DJ first.
Mm-hmm.
Both are tiring, of course.
Yeah.
Because many people think, okay, you just need to work maybe 2 hours, but trust me, try it and then you can tell.
Yeah. You have to be full of energy the whole time.
2 hours of dancing, interacting with the audience, and your ear like with the music like pumping. You will be really mentally tired and physically as well.
Yeah.
Short time, but high amount of energy.
For sure.
wasting.
And then a lot of times you finish and you're like,
yeah, it's like that. Producing music, it's more chill, but it's always tiring.
Yeah.
Because when you don't find that the sound you want, you started to struggle with which sound is better, which snare, which bass, which kick. You started to look everywhere from your library, like more than 100 sounds, different sounds, and you need to listen one by one. But in the end, what matters is the result.
Yeah.
So you are really tired when you do this, but once you see the result, you will feel paid back.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And that's the most beautiful sensation.
Yeah. Creating that sound, maybe in your room or your studio, that track, and then being able to share that with others is probably such an incredible feeling.
之前 John 在音乐产业的时候就见过 Giorgio 了，那他是一间唱片公司的创办人。那他们除了办活动之外，也会帮国外的艺人以及台湾的艺人发行音乐。那 Giorgio 认为拥有一间唱片公司是需要承担非常大的责任的，尤其是一开始自己经营的时候。因为他得说服艺人愿意跟他们的唱片公司合作发行音乐，毕竟他们这些艺人都花很多时间在他们的音乐制作上，那他们当然希望唱片公司能够帮他们推广，跟带他们到更好的境界。那来宾说他对于音乐的热爱是从14岁开始的，那因为他在意大利的时候其实已经收集了很多的 CD 唱片，那后来也开始制作自己的混音带 mixtape， 甚至连封面都是自己设计的。那当时因为他看到很多 DJ 在做混音，所以才决定试试看的。他在21岁的时候，因为刚好当时身边的朋友们都是 DJ 或制作人，所以就比较认真的发展了音乐这一块。那刚开始的时候也是到处问说该买些什么样的设备，或是该学些什么才能成为一名 DJ。但因为一开始的开销其实蛮大的，所以他认真思考了一阵子之后，才决定用积蓄 savings 买了一台 Pioneer 的 DJ 转盘 turntable。也后来透过看影片跟观察身边的 DJ 朋友学习。那刚刚 John 也请来宾为我们解说制作人跟 DJ 的差别，因为其实很多时候我们都会把它当作同一个职业。那来宾说他认为制作人其实比较累，虽然说当 DJ 也是不轻松，因为蛮多人可能会觉得 DJ 只需要工作2个小时，但实际上试过之后就不会这样觉得了，因为你要一直保持着高能量的状态跟观众互动跟跳舞，而且音乐一直炸在你耳朵旁边的时候，其实结束后身心都蛮疲惫的。但制作人的累是比较不一样的，他们是在制作音乐的时候常常要找某一种声音，例如说哪一个低音之类的，这时候他们就得听上百种低音才能找到他们想要的东西。但来宾认为虽然过程中可能蛮煎熬的，但是呈现出来的结果会让一切都感到很值得哦。那我们继续来听接下来的专访吧。
And thinking then, too, about our music. So our music, the record label, is here in Taiwan. You're bringing on Taiwanese artists and foreign artists, is that right?
Yeah, at the beginning we supported actually only Taiwanese artists because our main goal was to let Taiwanese artists stand out. Because actually, why I created this in Taiwan? Because I think that Taiwan has a great potential about music and about DJs, about artists, about everything.
Yeah,
so
I
I want
agree.
to just try to help them to stand out and bring here something I've learned from European countries. So that's why.
Yeah, you're sharing that gift with Taiwanese, and I think it's so cool because I see the same thing, and you're a hand in really strengthening. I mean, the music scene. I've been in the music industry here for like 7-8 years now, and it has completely changed, and it's matured. It's got its own sound, its own feel now, and I'm so happy because you're a huge part of that. And we had her Chen on a few weeks ago, and you know, we had Molly on, and I think both of them are on our music.
They are really interesting upcoming artists in here. I really support them a lot. That's why, I mean, her is even part of our music because I really believe on her potential a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's incredible. So shout out to you for doing all that. What does the future look like for Giorgio, for your own music, for your company, for events here in Taiwan? What do you guys want to be focusing on maybe this year and next year?
Right now we are creating the events for Omni and C'est la vie, and sometimes we create our own events as well. But in the future I hope we can become more international in Asia and start to bring Taiwanese artists and even foreigners just based in Taiwan around Asia to play in some other clubs. And about the music releases as well, we want to try to become more international, more known as a record label as well, not just for artists but even for, I mean, releasing music as well.
It's very cool. Yeah, and where can people come listen to you or come see some events at C'est la vie? Do you guys do that every week, every other week at Omni and C'est la vie?
In C'est la vie, it should be like every 3 months, something like that. Because we just had our first one the last Sunday. It was amazing. I thanks all the people coming because I didn't expect so many people.
I saw a lot of cool videos of that. It looked great.
And in Omni, next one will be on May 10, and usually it's every 2 months. And
Cool.
hopefully we will have a special guest in the future, but it's a secret so far, so I cannot share.
I love it, man. Well, I wish you and the team nothing but continued success with that.
Thank you.
来宾会想要在台湾开唱片公司的原因，是因为他希望可以帮到台湾的 DJ 跟艺人。那他认为台湾的音乐产业其实非常有潜力，所以他想要带着他在欧洲做音乐的经验来台湾跟他们分享，让更多人知道他们。那他说他们的公司目前有在帮 Omni 跟 C'est la vie 办活动，那他们自己也会举办活动。那他希望他们公司可以更国际化一些，比如说带着他们台湾的艺人或是在台湾的外国艺人到亚洲做巡回。他也希望他的唱片公司跟艺人可以在国外被人家认可。那在 C'est la vie 的活动的话，通常都是每3个月办一次，那在 Omni 的话大概是每2个月。那我们继续来听接下来的专访吧。
Do you mind if we switch gears a little bit, kind of to the story of you more with Taiwan and with your language? As, you know, we were talking a little bit off air, how important English has actually become for your life. I think really, I mean, you said it might have changed your life. So
yeah, English has been one of the key points of the whole story, actually.
There we go. I mean, there we are. We're talking in English right now. So maybe start us with, why Taiwan? How did you find Taiwan? What brought you to Taiwan?
It's like, not weird, but it's like, I don't know if it's the destiny or something like that, because before I didn't even know about Taiwan. I'm sorry to say this.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
And I've been living in Italy on the south, which is a particular region
Chill.
of Italy. So before I was close-minded. I know the average, I don't know how to say, the population, they have many levels, like who is smarter and then average, like in the middle, like a normal one. I was like that, even lower. Until I started to study English when I was almost 23, something like this.
Oh wow, cool.
Why I started to study English? Yes, we should talk about this.
Yeah, let's
about Taiwan. And because I met one Taiwanese friend in Sicily randomly. Just one of my friends introduced me this girl, just friends, and we knew each other, and she after she invited me to go to Taiwan. She speak the Italian,
Wow. So
but I
cool.
didn't speak any English.
So Taiwanese girl in Italy speaking Italian with you.
And every time I saw her, like, could speak English so fluent with other people, and after I had a student exchange for just 10 days, and I didn't speak any English. I felt so much stupid. I'm sorry to say this.
No, it's honest. It's honest. We love that.
After that day, I said I must learn English, because I see all of my friends enjoying that time with the foreigners, exchanging culture, exchanging everything, experiences, and living on the present there and living the moment. But I couldn't do it because I didn't speak any English. Maybe just hello, goodbye, sorry, just these 3 words. After that, so I felt really stupid, and I said I must learn English because it's important. And
Wow.
after I started to go to school, I started to practice more English, chatting with other foreigners with the phone apps, and I started to feel, oh God, a new world is really opening up to me.
Like opening a door for you, right?
Yeah, a big door.
So cool. Yeah.
And I started to talk from people around the world, Mexico, China, from all the world. I mean,
Yeah.
and nothing. I felt so much relieved, and I kept doing it because I felt better and better.
You were getting that feedback of like, wow,
Yeah.
I'm making little progress, right?
Yeah, and lets you feel really better, and that you are worth something in this world, and that this world has lots to offer. Actually,
It's beautiful.
why should we just stay in our hometown? And this is my point of view, but I see so many people staying in their hometown and just saying, oh no, I can't do that, I can't because I'm busy, I have work, I have this. I just feel safe in my comfort zone. Before I was like this as well, and actually I left my country really late. When I was 26 the first time, after I came to Taiwan for 2 weeks, and I fell in love with Taiwan. After all this journey about studying English, I was ready to go abroad. So I came in Taiwan for 2 weeks, and then I just fell in love, I don't know, with Taiwan.
Yeah, man.
With the amazing people you have here, and the vibe, the nightlife, because it's my job and everything. So I decided to finish my university in Italy, and then for the next 2 summers, I came here for 2 months just for vacation and make some friends. I started to make some connections, some friends, and then I finally moved here after finishing university.
Oh, so cool, man. Wow. Yeah. So that opening of the doors that each word would give you, I think, is such a powerful feeling. I mean, I relate that to my Chinese or my Spanish. It's like just, oh yes, like so cool. And then you use it, and you see somebody like happy that you can talk to them about that thing. It's very special. Do you remember anything during that period? You know, I'm sure you were very nervous trying to speak English, or maybe you weren't, but do you remember anything that helped you actually kind of gain confidence to speak with foreigners?
First, you just need to speak. Even though you make some mistakes, never mind, because you're gonna fix them just by practicing. And if you don't practice, if you are too shy, you will never make it. So this is my opinion. And also giving me more confidence actually was the writing. I don't know why, but I used to write a lot, to chat with other foreigners on the phone. And then of course I read I read, so I repeat the words in my mind, and then I was able to speak more fluently.
Yeah, that's great. So kind of
Writing
texting.
for me, texting for me is one of the key to remind you all the words, and then you can just speak those words.
Yeah, that was super helpful chatting with Taiwanese for me online.
Yeah, because I mean, I was in Italy and I didn't have anybody to talk at home in English or on the phone, just with the teacher that twice a week I go there.
Yeah.
So writing helped me a lot, actually.
That's so cool. Yeah, and then you're saying it in your head and repeating it. I love that.
Yeah, because when you read, when you have a conversation on the phone, you always talk in your mind. You read, but you don't make the sound. I don't know how to explain this, but you got my point.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's so amazing. And now thinking of your life here in Taiwan, I mean, I imagine you're using English for your company and your events and everything. A little bit of Chinese too, I'm sure, but you're probably using English now more than Italian, right?
Yeah, of course. Italian.
Look at your life. Look at your life. All English now. Huh?
Now it's fully English immersion, actually, and probably Chinese in the future because I must learn Chinese because, of course, I'm in Taiwan and I will need to learn this second language as well.
Yeah.
But now, yeah, fully English immersion.
It's amazing. It's so cool, and you took the steps. You had the determination to do it yourself, and I respect that so much.
Thank
Because that's a hard thing. I know, is my audience is listening and not sure, like I don't want to study English, blah blah blah. But I mean, look at a few years, you have your own company in another language. Badass.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Very cool, Giorgio.
来宾认为他是注定 destined 要来台湾的，因为他其实以前完全不知道台湾在哪。那他以前是住在意大利的南边，那会学习英文的原因是因为有一次在西西里的时候，他非常随机 randomly 的认识到了一位台湾人。那这个女生呢是他朋友介绍的，那后来这位台湾的女生邀请他来台湾玩，而当时这女生其实意大利文非常流利，但来宾本身却一句英文都不会说。尤其后来来宾参加了交换学生的活动时，他发现他身边的朋友们都能够用英文跟外国人沟通，了解他们的文化等等的，而这反而让他觉得他自己好像是一个笨蛋。那后来就决定去上课了。那除了上课之外，他也会利用手机的 App 跟不同的外国人练习英文。那他当时就觉得好像发现了一个全新的世界，尤其看着自己进步的时候，其实非常开心，而且他也发现可以跟世界有更多的连结。那来宾的观点就是，为什么我们一定要待在自己的家乡呢？因为他其实看到很多人会用工作太忙或是太习惯当做不离开的理由。那他也其实算是蛮晚才开始探索这个世界的人。他在26岁的时候第一次来到台湾，并且来2周，他就爱上了这里。那他认为这边的啤酒、人、氛围、夜生活等等都是他非常喜欢的，所以后来他就回意大利读大学了。那后面他就花了2个暑假来台湾认识朋友跟拓展人脉。那他一毕业后就搬来台湾了。来宾给大家的建议就是练习就对了，无论是开口说或是用打字聊天练习都可以哦。那他认为如果讲错了或是打错了也没关系，因为这样才会学得更快。我们继续来听接下来的专访吧。
Unfortunately, we are coming to the end of the show. It's a quick one, but a question I love to end the show with is if you could go back and talk to a younger Giorgio, maybe when you were scared about learning language or I loved you say you were below average.
Yeah.
Would there be any advice you give yourself about music, life, language, anything?
Surround yourself with the positive people first, because the people who are around you will define many times. It's like this. They will define your future. I quit so many toxic relationships and toxic friends.
Yes.
And once I cut them slowly, I saw my life changing, and that's where this brought me now. So don't be lazy. I mean, don't stay with negative people or toxic, and study English, yes, because it became a must now, guys. It's the hard truth, but we must know English nowadays. Or
yeah, it's beautifully said. I think that concept of understanding boundaries. I love everyone and I make friends with everyone, but I learned in my life I had to cut people out who were very toxic to me, and so I really respect that. And I think too about you with English. When you're DJing, you're probably talking to the audience also.
Yeah, of course.
In English. Yeah. So look at you, another reason to learn.
It's hard to sometimes cut the toxic relationships as well. Just the last.
Yeah.
Because maybe you are close friends. I understand you share the many experiences, but you will suffer. I understand, but it's better suffering for the whole life or just suffering for a while and then you're gonna go be better.
Yeah.
What is better? I mean, just ask yourself this question every time you feel down.
Yeah, well said. Understand boundaries, practice that language, do amazing things. Thank you so much for joining us, Giorgio.
来宾会给年轻自己的建议就是要让自己身边围绕着比较正面或是正能量的人， 因为他认为你身边的人会定义你是谁，跟定义你的未来。那他其实切割掉了蛮多那种有害的关系或者是坏朋友之类的。那他发现他生活上其实就有了改变，也因此成就了现在的他。那他也建议大家一定要学英文，因为现在的社会当中其实变成一种必须要用到的语言。那听完他的故事之后，只能说真的非常有同感，因为我自己本身以前也有接触音乐产业，无论是当 DJ 这一块或者是制作音乐，那只能说 DJ 真的是一个非常燃烧热情的职业。因为毕竟你要想，他们的生活就是颠倒的，而且其实在夜生活的场所里面的确也有蛮多诱惑，跟像刚刚那个来宾自己说也有一些比较不好的关系或是坏朋友之类的，那这就蛮靠个人意志力的。那在制作音乐这一部分的话，其实我也有参与过，就是写歌，无论是写歌词或是旋律等等的。那我也只能说这真的是非常需要有热忱的，因为像当时其实蛮常听到不同的声音之后会有点麻痹的感觉，就是你平常就不会想要去听音乐。而我以前在还没有进入这个音乐产业之前是非常喜欢听各种不同音乐的，尤其是 EDM。然后我也不知道说现在的小朋友是不是跟当时我刚毕业的时候一样的想法，就是我们当时其实蛮多人都想要成为 DJ， 可能那个时候 DJ 蛮红的吧，现在应该大部分都喜欢当 YouTuber。 那我们就谢谢今天的来宾 Giorgio。 那接下来我们会开放给我们的听众来上我们的节目咯，所以如果你有故事、有兴趣，或者是你学习语言的时候有什么样的心得想要跟大家分享的话，也可以到 John 或者是 NG 英文的 IG 去私讯他们报名哦，赶快来报名吧。
Where can people find our music? Where can they find maybe you on social media?
We are everywhere, and myself as well. I mean, on
Shout it
Instagram, and my IG is Giorgio Leone IT. I think
IT guy.
IT because IT
Italy?
Italy.
Yeah. I think IT for information technology.
Our music records on Instagram as well. So
Very cool.
If you wanna hit that follow button, feel free to do it. We will try to bring you the best experience as always.
Woo! Hit
Thank
that
you.
follow button. I love it. That sounds like a group therapy. You know, like it's they're always saying press the button.
Press the
You know what I'm
button.
talking, like Anjuna Beats and all them.
Yeah.
Cool, man. All right, Giorgio. Well, thank you for joining us on the NG English show. We'll talk to you next time.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Boom. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on the NG English show. Please follow along with Giorgio online or our music on IG or anywhere you can find him and his team, or go support his events at Omni Nightclub or C'est La Vie. My name is John Drummond or Yang Haoen. We'll talk to you next time. Peace.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, that is our NG Ingwen show for today. We hope everyone enjoyed listening to that. You can connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now Spotify. You can search NG Ingwen, or you can search on IG NG English ICRT. And don't forget to tune in every Wednesday morning from 6:30 to 7 and Wednesday night from 9 to 9:30. We'll catch you on the next episode. Bye-bye.